Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This podcast is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Now more than ever, our internet reliance is increasing, from talking to loved ones, to streaming your favourite shows, to watching any of the podcasts here on Stretford Paddock. And with that increased footprint, so does our need for proper internet security. And Surfshark is a VPN service that encrypts your data, which stops anyone unwanted from seeing it. Another great thing about Surfshark is it allows you to see all of the great content from around the world. Simply sign in to Brazil and check out their Netflix. You can watch Croatian Amazon Prime. And when you're on holiday, you can still watch all of your shows from back home simply by changing it to your home nation. It is that simple. And currently Surfshark have an amazing deal. By clicking the link in the description and using our code Paddock, you can get a whole 3 months extra for free. That is 3 months extra for free. In addition, Surfshark also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, use that link in the description and use the code Paddock for 3 months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Any more gigs lined up or anything?
Not at me, but we're gonna have a little look at that and I'll have a chat with you about it. Yeah. Oh, hello, hey.
Are we on?
We're on, Webby. That's Webby, and I'm Jay. No Stephen Howson today because he's going up a mountain. Yeah, I know.
Some should say he's fucking stay up a mountain, but there you go. No, I like Steve. He's always a good lad. He likes the odd mountain, I've heard.
He does. Yeah, he's gone up there. He's gone up to Scotland. Yeah, he took his. He's got one of them, like, I think he's going not his Land Rover. He's going up his camp. He's taking his camper van up there and he's going climbing up a mountain because it's meant to be freezing as well. It's like -15 up there or something stupid. So he's all over that, isn't he? He loves a bit of endurance and all that stuff. So he's stuck with me and Uncle Webby anyway. But don't worry, we're gonna have more at Webby's Tales, and also we're gonna be chatting about the game last night because you was there last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
You've just let me sort this out for you. There we go.
Thought was gonna throw it away at the end. No, it was a good day out. Alan Keegan. The voice of Old Trafford.
I was about to say, if anyone doesn't know, Alan Keegan
made
is
his
the guy.
debut on the Bandit bus last night.
Was he all right? Did you look after him?
Yeah, he's a good lad, Al. It was a quiet Bandit bus to what it normally is. So, no, it was a good day. Got back late last night. And up early doors for the cricket. I'm done in.
I mean, I know you're you're still like,
Yeah, I'm still
fine, fit and ready to go.
And I'm working tonight with
go on.
Mr. Patrice Everett in Manchester. We're going to go and pick him up.
Quite nice.
After we've done the show with our Greg's.
Yeah, we've just got a Greg's order. Other food eateries are available.
Yeah.
But what's this with Everett? Go on.
Sportsman's dinner. What
you brought him up?
I'm involved with the company. Do the security work on there with a few good lads from Hotel Football. Going to go and collect it from his hotel for me. It should be a good night. Hope it's a quiet night because I'm at Salford Wrexham tomorrow, sold out at Moor Lane, the Peninsula Stadium. Then obviously our match on Sunday against West Ham London.
Hello, is that West Ham? It doesn't stop,
hello,
does it?
West Ham. Hello.
Hey. Have you seen that? Have you seen that documentary with a City fan, right? Because I always talk about
absolutely puddings. Do you know what? Hello, is that West Ham?
At the end of there's only about 3 of them in there. Who were up for it?
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's like, I've got 3 lads here, and maybe we can get together with you lot. Yeah. If you don't know what we're on about, right? There was a documentary about 20 years ago where City's firm, there's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one, was trying to get hold of West Ham's firm to have a meet up, to have a scrap and that.
Don't think it was that long ago, was it? 10 years?
10 years ago, maybe, yeah, maybe you're right.
And the phone rings.
Yeah, and he phone rings, and he's this City fan. He's like, "Hello, is that West Ham?" And
no, it's a kebab house.
Yeah.
Is that with or without chilli sauce? Unbelievable.
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
That's the City that I love. The one that was just a laughing stock, not the one that's winning trophies all the time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly with 100, well, no allegedly about the fact they've got 115 charges hanging over their head. Get involved in the comments, right? Because we're going to chat to Webby about his tales from last night and also get him to talk about, some of the other stuff he's been up to and over the years. But also, I want to ask you a little bit about the man of the hour, Kobby Mayu, because he's fantastic. Well, let me just get in some of these comments. People firing your questions for Webby, firing your topics, man. Let's keep this going. We've got Jacoya Trot says Uncle Webby. Whitterbird Vicky says, hey, Webby and Jay. Santa Notch says, Jebby. Hey, like Jedwood. Yeah, I like that one. Jed's Dead baby. Oh, he's bringing up this video. Apparently, Steve had a fight or punched someone. I don't know anything about that. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't. He's
Steve
not
has
here.
had a fight?
Allegedly. But he's not here, so...
What, that mountain?
Yeah, mountain.
Not got a bone in his body like that, as young Stephen.
No, he would
He's
never
a gentleman amongst men.
He is. Do you know what? Well said. He is a gentleman. Matthew Bestwick says, 1 minute in and already on football. Come on, boys, this is the Brew. And then he goes, I'll let you off, as Uncle Webby, the legend, is in. One of the best recurring guests.
Not been on for a bit, have I? We've not been on since Christmas.
When was the last time you were on?
Ask me a sports question. I've not got a scuba. I'll be about 4 weeks ago, won't it?
We was in Dublin, no one for us, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we went over to Dublin, didn't we?
Top night, that, Jay.
It was good, wasn't it?
You know, because I've been quite lucky in some of the places I've managed to have been in. What an audience, you know what I mean? Full of giddies. Could hear the pin drop. Yeah. Great lads. Met some lads who I've not seen for a bit. Yeah. You know, had a good chat with him afterwards. Yeah, totally enjoyed it. Wes enjoyed it. Watched a bit of darts. We met Bruno in the bar, didn't we?
Mate, that guy, right? You know when you say about lookalikes, and usually people say, "Oh, he looks just like him," and he's got a beard or whatever. He's got dark hair. This guy was the spit of Bruno, wasn't it? It was hilarious because what we did was went over there to Ireland, and we've done it before. This is our second time I think over there. So we had it was me, McCullough. It was meant to be me, all four of us. Steve got to the airport and was ill.
Japanese river fever, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was snow blindness. So he left the airport in Manchester, didn't he? Yeah. And had to go back home.
He didn't look well.
No, he didn't. He looked like death. Yeah. So it was me, Joe, Macca, Webby was there, Wes Brown. We got over there. Me, Joe, Macca had a bit of a chat, and we got Webby on, who had everyone in stitches with his stories. And then Wes came on for 45 minutes, didn't he? Yeah. And had a chat with us. Telling us some tales about winning loads of titles and Champions Leagues and just how, what it was like with Fergie and everything. And yeah, it was just a top night.
Can you not see that? Can you not watch that again? Was it not recorded?
No. Do you know what?
It's a shame.
I know what we're going to do is we're going to do it again. We're going to go back to Dublin, I think in March, and then we're going to do some other events, and you're involved, by the way. And then we are going to start recording these and putting them out as like
Could it
videos.
Be a great watch that?
You would, and it's a shame we didn't do it. It's because it was a bit of a funny one because it was between Christmas and New Year, and sort of we had a bit of someone else was filming some stuff, but we didn't get the whole show. So next time, you know what we're like on it, we sort of fly by the seat of our pants sometimes. We'll be a bit more organised and we'll get everyone on it because it was such a good laugh and we got looked after. I'll tell you what,
we did get looked after. Fair play to them. The people, I said it before, whether it's Southern or Northern, the people are absolutely mint. They look after you, they're respectful, they're grateful you're over there, and they listen to you. You know, and they're top people. And I'm back in Dublin in 3 weeks' time at the Elex Theatre with Paul and Ryan. So if you got tickets, come.
Oh right, I think we've got. I'm going to put actually. I don't know why I shared that link because it's me that does the link. I can. We've got. I'm going to put a link in the chat now. We've got the flyer we can put on the screen. So there's a link in the chat that I've just put in the chat there. They say an evening with Ryan Giggs, 8th of March, 2024, obviously this month, this year even. So he's only what's that? It's only a couple of months away, ain't not even that.
It's a weekend of the Everton game, Jay.
Right. So you
when they decide to tell us what time we're playing and what kick-off time, it'd be nice, that, wouldn't it?
Because did you do a show in Belfast? It sold out.
Yeah, great show, great night. Belfast bumped into I can't think of the actor now. He's in White House. White House Down.
What? White House
Not
Down?
White.
White House Down.
What?
Not Jamie Foxx.
No.
Let's have a look. Who's in White House Down? The film White House Down. Channing Tatum.
No.
Jason Clarke. James Woods.
No.
Mate.
He played Gerard Butler.
Oh, Gerard Butler?
Yeah, he was in the same hotel as us.
No, White. You're thinking of Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, one of them. Well, it's all the same, isn't it? White House, Olympus.
Do you know what? No, you make a good point because it's like they both came out at the same time and it's literally like the same film. It's someone's trying to kill the president and he's like a Secret Service agent and he's having none of it.
Well, he was having none of it, having pictures with us.
Was he not?
I was fuming.
Why?
Eye infection.
What, he had an eye infection?
He had an eye infection. He looked like a 13 amber. I thought he just crawled in off the street to get warm, by the smother, you know what I mean? Someone said it's Gerard Butler, that. Any chance of a picture?
Yeah.
So some of the people who's with us know I've got an eye infection. And I just walked off, said, I'll never watch one of your films again. And walked off.
Yeah.
No, but fair play to him, didn't fancy it, you know what I mean? But we had a great time in Belfast. It was freezing. Met some great kids in the afternoon. Ryan refereed a match from a big football tournament not far from Windsor Park. Great there. Ryan signed in as much as he could, obviously, and had pictures. But grateful he was there, but it was freezing.
Was that?
Absolutely freezing, mate. If you see the video on Twitter, I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Just want to get back to the hotel for the cup of soup.
It was funny. I was watching the overlap the other day, and Gary Neville and Roy Keane were talking about the time when Keano and Giggs had a row in the changing rooms, and Gary Neville said he said they had a little bit of row in the morning. He sorted it out, and Gary Neville said he was in between them both, and he just got up and walked out. He said, I can't win here. It's my mate and the captain or whatever. Yeah. And he said it went out for 15 minutes, come back, and he was still at it.
It was funny that saying about that, the overlap, when he mentioned about the party, about the bloke coming up to have it. You could tell he wanted a picture.
Yeah.
And he said, why don't you just go and have a dance? You know, just go and have a dance.
Did you see when he had Rory McIlroy on there?
Yeah, seen it. Yeah.
And Rory McIlroy said he asked Keano, didn't he, for an autograph, and Keano.
He was in the vision, wasn't he?
Yeah, he said no. Yeah, that's what happened to me, that one. Danny Shields says it was great seeing you lads and Uncle Webby, top night, and turning it into a great Christmas tradition for a few of us. Defo be there in March. Up the effing Reds, up the effing Paddock. Thank you. Lee W has gifted 5. Count them, 5. Which is the line? Yeah, it doesn't matter. 5, ignore me. Paddock membership. So big thank you to extra content on the members section as well. Where I think the latest video was me and Joseph talking about pundits. We were talking about our least favourite and our most favourite pundits. And I thought I'd get you on this actually, because you've done a little bit. You watch a lot of football, obviously. You've done a lot of media work. You've done a lot of punditry yourself. I've seen you on Sky and all that back in the day. Yeah,
back in the day. I'd say the lead. Well, let me think about that.
Yeah. Get involved. You know what? You can get involved in this. You can let us know what you think your favourite pundit is, or your least favourite. And don't just say Gabby Agbonlahor. That's obvious, because everyone knows he's an absolute pillock. Phobos, Taco Man, Aaron Moore, Jake in the Box, Noel Ryan and Lee Dobson were all given memberships there from Lee W. Big thank you. Show your love to Lee as well. And don't forget as well, if you're not doing already, hit like on the video. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's get to 500 likes. Colin Wilmot says, forgive me for going early, but I think we should rename the game as Mayu, i.e. I'm going to the pub to watch Mayu. I think that's not a bad shout. That. Have you got a pundit yet?
No, I'm thinking, Jay, we don't like.
You don't like? I thought you'd have had a bit of a cue.
To be honest, I wasn't a big fan of Graham Souness. I thought as a player, he'd done some crap things, snidey things. Could play the game, don't get me wrong, Jay, but done some bad things. And then I just think his hatred for United was going on pathetic, He didn't like United, obviously, because he used to play for Liverpool. Yeah. But he was going on, and everything was Pogba's fault all the time, and he made himself look a fool. But there again, on the other hand, totally respect for what he did for that young girl, for that swim in the channel. And he actually donated. Total respect for the young girl who was poorly. Yeah. And he did the thing. But there's loads about, it's the best one. I used to like El Tel when he was on. I'd listen to him because he knew what he was going on about.
Terry Venables.
I thought he was very good. Venables, his knowledge of football, not just in this country, but as you see.
Is this me?
Not just in this country.
Yeah, thank you.
Great pundit, but there's a lot of bad ones about, you look at our mate off Talk Sport. I can't even have it on anymore, Jay. No. Just why not just smash it up, you know what I mean? Cheers, pal. Just want to smash it up because obviously they're slagging United off for bites. I know a lady who works for the channel, she's a very good friend of mine.
Oh, do you?
Sarah Collins.
You know Sarah Collins? I know Ange, who works for the channel. Right, well, them two are mates.
And I used to get on a few times before we went to Wembley. Yeah. And give my opinion about certain things, but, I look at him and, Nemanja Vidic was easy to play against. What stupid, I wanted to just kill him. No.
Do you know what right? A Bonhor, I know we try not to talk about him, but we have to. It's so ridiculous that as well, because Bonhor's record against United is shocking. He played 22 times against United, he won once. I think he scored about 3 goals, if that. Nemanja Vidic, I think, won nearly every game he played against Aston Villa. I think he got a couple of goals, and he's a centre-back against
Remember that equaliser he got in the last minute, the header?
Yeah. Do you know what it is
Carnage that day as well, carnage.
Nice one.
I've still got that bruise on my knee from it.
I remember what it is the Carling Cup final, innit, that did for him.
Yeah.
Because Vidic brought down on Bonderhall when they were 1-0 up, weren't they?
Did you get the penalty?
No, they got the penalty. That was sorry. It was 0-0. They got the penalty.
And he should have been sent off.
But he got a yellow instead of a red.
Yeah.
And obviously, with the lost Vidic, they'd have probably won it. Yeah. But he didn't, and he's not been
tough shit.
It's tough shit, and he's not been able to get over it because he never won anything in his career. And Vidic went and won the lot.
Did he play for England?
Yeah, he did. I think he's got a few caps on it. But I mean, that don't mean shit, does it? To be honest with you, listen. I'm not just hating on the guy. You know, he was an half decent footballer, but he's nowhere near in the calibre of people like Nemanja Vidic. Let's have a look here.
Going about worst pundit.
Go on. How many caps?
Daniel Sturridge with
3.
all his stupid sayings and his singing and all that, and some of the clothes he wears.
You're not into that?
No. You seen Keno's face, didn't you? He starts doing that rap on the thing. What's all that about? Yeah, I watch football. You know, I listen to some clown rapping. Dude, I'll put MTV on. You know what I mean? Another player who he was half decent. When he was at Liverpool, was half decent, but no, not for me. And if that's what we're going to have,
who do you like, Webby? Who do you think's a good pundit? Because I think we give pundits a bad name and a bad not. I just
love Jim Hill, me. I just love Jim Hill. Told him straight. Yeah. Told him straight. Did James Hill?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's loads about it. You know, you got to say. Carragher knows what he's talking about. You know, people.
I don't mind. Listen, I'll be honest with you. People don't like him because he's a Scouser and all the rest of it. But I don't mind Jamie Carragher, and I don't mind the fact that he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a big Liverpool fan or whatever, and he just plays for the club and all that. I wish Gary Neville would be a bit more like that sometimes because he can be a bit neutral, can't he, your mate Gary?
I just think that I think when Gary first started, to be honest, it was hard for him not to be all for United, and he got on that, and he's got to be more neutral. And I get texts off people saying, your mate's this, your mate's that. He's just doing his job. He's saying what he's saying.
Texting you. Let's sort it out.
What was it? Say what you see. Say what you see. You've got to say what you see. No point lying. I always remember an ex-United player absolutely slagging United off the state of the pitch and getting a warning from the club to never go on MUTV again for telling the truth.
Really?
You know, so sometimes if you tell the truth, it doesn't help you. It puts you right in it. But I like Micah Richards, me.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of Micah Richards.
Really?
He seems to have gone off a bit, and he used to always be on, especially with Roy. And it was a good double act, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Roy was going to get the job and he said, you need someone to carry your cases and all that, and they're laughing in the overlap where he picked him up and he went around, you know, I thought that was really good. But he seems to not be as on as much now, but Micah Richards I like, because he's good, he's knowledgeable, and he's up to date, he knows the dance, you know what I mean, and he's funny. And I do watch the coverage sometimes on CBS for the Champions League.
That's class, that.
And him, Thierry Henry and Carragher and Kate,
yeah. But that's a combo, innit, that works.
Brilliant.
They take the mick out of each other, they've got knowledge.
It's brilliant.
You know what cracked me up? Who was it that interviewed? Oh, what's his name? When they interviewed him in Italy, his English weren't great. Oh, the kid who plays for AC Milan. And Carragher tried to do that thing, you know, you're talking in an Italian accent. Yeah. And Micah Richards was just cracking up. He just couldn't stop laughing. And I was watching it, and I just couldn't stop laughing as well. Who was it who he interviewed? Let me know in the chat if you know what I'm on about. Don't worry if you don't know. Santa Not says Bob Wilson was good. I interviewed Bob Wilson once.
Bob Wilson, yeah.
He was doing
not a bad keeper as well.
Yeah.
These days.
He was doing a charity bike ride across the UK for some sort of.
Was that be Key 103 days?
Yeah, Key 103. And I remember I
remember every time I used to ring you. You on the way to a fire, Webby? I'm thinking, Christ sake, I better not put the toast on. I don't know, you'll be coming round.
Mate, I remember once I was at the game. Me and my pal was at the game, and I had to leave early because someone, you probably know who it is as well, had gone up. You know, they used to have a big wheel in Piccadilly Gardens. Someone had gone at the top of that, remember, and sat up there. And then they were up there all day, and I was at the game. And then with about 20 minutes left of the game, they came down. So I got a phone call from my boss, and he went, "You need to get that Piccadilly Gardens. Your man's come down from the big wheel." Because we got in a bit of trouble. Because one of the reporters who I used to work with managed to get a number to him and had a phone conversation. Right. And then from GMP weren't happy.
Yeah, it was.
We put him on the radio.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Those were the days, back in the day of local radio.
The Manchester Wheel, sitting at the top of it.
Raphael Leo, that was it. Thank you. Yeah.
I remember that now. Is that the kid up front?
Yeah, he went. Jamie Carragher went. He said it to him about playing Inter, and then he didn't understand. He was like, it's just his accent, innit? And then he went Internazionale.
I think the worst one of that, Jay, putting on those accents was Steve McLaren.
Mate,
when he went to
Arsenal.
Holland. Yeah, when he went to
Arsenal will be a tough
and then
game.
Joey Barton, your friend and Steven's friend. Joey Barton when he was Marseille.
The French one. Yeah, and his attempt at speaking French.
But Steve McLaren, that one there, if you've not watched it, put it up, mate.
Did you see it the other week when Eric Dyer was doing it?
Oh.
He's German, and he was doing
like there 5 minutes, hasn't he? Just landed, he was on the tarmac, wasn't
he? And he did an interview. I don't know, right? Am I missing something here? Because let us know in the comments in the chat. Is it the done thing when you go to a country? Because I've never gone to a country and gave an interview.
I'll tell you what'd be funny though, Jay.
Go on.
Lingard's when he goes to South Korea, that'll be an interview.
No, mate, I'll tell you what, he'll be getting cancelled if he starts trying to put on a South Korean accent. Yeah, but he's going there, isn't he?
Yeah,
what do you make of that one?
Fair play to him, Jay, you know what I mean? I always thought it was strange. Obviously, I think his time at United was up. He lived our dream.
Yeah.
At one point, he was probably one of the first names on the team sheets under Jose. Playing well enough. England regularly, because Southgate trusted him.
Yeah.
England regular. And then it just went wrong for him. I know he had family problems and fair play. You know, I watched that programme about his mum not being too well and looking after his family, his younger siblings. But I just thought it was strange when he took that 1 year contract at Forest. I know which was
a disastrous move.
Which was on great money. Fair play to him, but take a 1 year contract. I think if we would have gone to Forest, give us a free one or a 4 year deal, they would have offered it him.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's been out of football. But just want to get him back in, you know, let him have a go at it, whether it's in Korea or wherever.
I think it's easy to hate on Lingard.
Yeah.
Because people look at him and they go, oh, you know, the lifestyle and the fact he's quite prominent on social media and the way it sort of ended at United. But like you were saying, you know, he won, was it 3 trophies he won? Yeah. Scored in the FA Cup final. You scored a win in the FA Cup final. You're set for life. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of got dismissed because we sacked the manager like 3 hours later. Obviously, played in the League Cup final. Played in the, I think he scored in the League Cup final as well, didn't he?
Against Southampton,
yeah. And then he played in the Europa League final. To be fair, he should have scored in that. He went for an goal in that. He was a bit, you know, he fluffed his lines on that one. But he won a few trophies with us. We interviewed him in a pub, a chippy in Altrincham. It was when we were Devils.
Right.
So I spoke to Macca kind of knows him. They spoke to each other quite a lot. He was an hotel football once when he banned him.
Come in, yeah. He got to put a few pound behind the bar for the fans. You know, he stayed around for the good hour and a half chatting and
Macca spoke to him on Devils, and then he spoke to him at a few events. So we got him on the channel. We had this sort of sit down interview with him for a good hour or whatever. Nice lad, can't fault him. Seemed pretty down to earth. And then it weren't really working out. He goes to West Ham, he gets that low move, done his smashes.
He was meant at West Ham, wasn't he?
Was it 9 goals in 16 games or something?
Yeah, he played well.
He comes back to United, and there was a time when it looked like he was going to go to Newcastle, didn't it? Do you remember when they were fighting relegation when all the dough come in?
Yeah.
He didn't go there. Apparently the club didn't want to let him go without a bonus in his contracts that if he kept thingy up, Newcastle up, well, this is Adam McCall phoning us. Should we answer it?
Yeah, answer it.
See what he wants. Macca. Listen, you're on the Brew with me and Webby. You okay? You're live on the Brew with me and Webby. So don't swear. How are you, bro?
What's happening, Adam?
Are we on Smart Price Beans? Right. Okay. Well, this is a little cameo. Listen, I'll get back to the Brew. I'll give you a bell in a bit.
Top man.
Nice one. That's worrying me. I better ring him sooner rather than later. Hey, hopefully there'll still be a channel next week.
Where was we then? Lingard, weren't we?
Yeah, Lingard. Jesse Lingard. We didn't get to move to Newcastle. When he wanted that,
it was so perfect for him to stay at West Ham.
Yeah, should have gone back to West Ham.
He looked so good. You know, probably played better at West Ham probably played on a par when he was on his best run at form at United. You know, fair play. When I thought this is a deal perfect for both clubs, we'll get a few quid, they'll get a player they really, really want, and it just never materialised. But there you go. I hope it works out for him over there because he's a nice lad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, he is, and I like to see Jesse just have the last sort of, 2 years, 3 years of his.
How old is he? 32, 33?
Nah, I think he's 31,
Is he?
Yeah.
He's still got plenty of time left. I just think going over there, Jake, surely he could have found a club in England, maybe in Europe somewhere. You know, we wanted him, but what's his wage demands? You know, I seen a bit of spat with him and Paul on Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it when he said get to the gym.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He said stop. Get on the grass or something, didn't he? Get playing football instead of being on the in the.
No, I wish him well, Jay. Hope it works out for him over there. Find it strange, like saying going to career, but it's what he probably wants, a challenge over there, and there you go. Wish him all the best, mate.
We do a few chats here. I've just lost it. Aaron Murr says, Jay, what's the crack? You ran me before from Dublin. Aye, bro. Hope you're well. YouTube says Antony did score at Ajax, but he has been atrocious for us. He was getting some pelters, wasn't he?
Give 2 goals away last night.
I mean, that is. I think Ronaldo Brown said it was one of the worst cameos he's ever seen in his life. It wasn't great.
Do you know what, Jay? There's rumours that we could have got him for 20 or 30 million or whatever. We end up paying this. You know, it's not the kid's fault. It's the club's fault. Whoever done that deal. And then, to be honest, if you ask any United fan, his debut against Arsenal, he scores, and he scores at Goodison Park. Yeah. Then it was like 4 goals in 6 games, and I thought, then he's just gone backwards. And I don't think that stupid spinning on the ball helped, you know. You know what I mean? He was like Nanny on Wiz, wasn't he? You know what I mean? He just made himself look a fool, and it's just gone backwards since that. And obviously, he's had his personal trouble, and then obviously he must have heard the radio thing from Sunday's game at Newport when they thought he was singing something else to him.
Yeah. Mate, crikey.
That just sums him up at the moment. You know, maybe he gets to the end of this season, gets a good rest, you know, gets all his personal problems done, and let's see what happens. But we'll look at get 2 and 8 back from him if we watch to sell him, won't we?
Yeah, I know. You know we've massively overpaid for him. And listen, I don't completely blame Sanagi in this because, he brought him in, but he didn't choose the price. I don't blame Antony in this in terms of what he costs. It's not his fault, but he's just not good enough. And I think Erik Sanagi now has got to be brave and just say, look, I got this one wrong. Don't keep picking him if he's terrible. Because like you say, he cost us 2 goals last night.
The thing is as well, and you look at Palestri going, you know, I've come on here and on my channel and said, like, I watched him against Argentina and Brazil, and he was great.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the weekend he never got into the squad. I don't think. I might be wrong, maybe because he got back late, but he's got to play football. What the kid wants to do. He had to leave United. Excuse me. He had to leave United to get football, but I think he was good enough to be involved and have more game time at United. But
yeah, bless you. Lee W says Antony to be loaned out in the summer. I think it says hopefully. He's retracted it there. I was going to read the rest of it, but it's gone.
It's his agent.
Antony Bidu King Eric says Antony might not be good enough, but that last night debacle is more than that. That was a player whose head is completely gone. He was much better than that. I mean, lots of pellets going for Antony. Let's talk about Kobby Mayu though, man.
Yeah,
that winner.
Carnage in that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely blims.
Yeah.
My watch flew off.
Yeah.
My head flew off.
Yeah.
My bulbs went. It was like the old times, Jay.
Yeah.
It was proper carnage, you know, but to really let it go down to that, we should have been 4 to 5, 6, 7-0 up.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have flattered us. You know, bad misses, goalkeeper makes a few decent saves, but then you know it's United, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, very, very, I've seen a penalty this morning, obviously at the ground, you can't see it. Seen a penalty this morning, very soft, but it's against United. And you look the night before, the ones at Anfield, one of them was a stonewaller.
Yeah.
And they never got it. So, like you say, and the crowd last night, not just United fans or Wolverhampton fans, we're sick of this VAR. It's just doing our heads in. You don't know what to do when you make a decision. Get a load of birds on dancing on the pitch. So much because we don't know what's going on. We haven't got a clue what's going on. Then it'll come up, VAR, penalty, and I'm thinking, for that 2.5, 3 minutes, sling about 8 birds on the pitch and have a bit of a dance. Or put something on, get a clown on it, finding them out of a cannon or something into the away end. You know, a small person. No, just for the crack, something for us to do.
Fire a small person out of a cannon.
Just something to do.
Into the away end. Yeah, that'll fill the 5 minutes it takes to make.
Because it's just now, Jay, it's just like boring.
Right.
You know, I totally agree with decisions for goals, but some of them there, you, as a fan now, as an away-going fan, and even as an ongoing fan, you're scared of celebrating a goal because it's liable to get charts off.
Yeah.
I remember doing it at Burnley when Johnny Evans scored, and then all the Burnley fans were laughing at us.
Yeah.
Because I had a tenner on Johnny Evans at 50-1 at score, and he gets chalks off.
Oh, mate, that's horrible.
You know what I mean?
Really?
For VAR, done me in.
Remember that.
Could have been Cuddies all the way home for the lads in Burnley. But no, something's got to be done, Jay, because it's absolutely destroying the game, and I know I'm not the only person who have said it, who thinks about it all the time. But if they are going to carry on, put some entertainment on for us for those 2 minutes. I know a few people who like to fire out of a cannon.
Yeah, you're not alone. I know a few people myself. Looking at United now, right? When you look at someone like Kobby Mayu, you see the kid Forson coming on. We've seen Garnacho, what he's about. Hojlund started banging him in. You've obviously seen a lot of United over the years. Do you have a lot of hope that this could be some of these youngsters that are coming through?
Yeah,
we've
definitely.
Got some decent ones, haven't we?
Jay, you look at the record there. Tony Parks used to put it on Twitter. I've not seen Tony for ages.
Is that Mr. Moose?
Yeah. Continuous games that someone from the youth team's been involved in the squad, and the record's frightening. And I know they mentioned it on Sky or BT a bit ago about the record. Of course, there's nothing better than seeing a kid coming through your ranks and paying 30, 40, 50, 60 million, someone who's not got a clue about the club.
Yeah.
But I said it when he made his debut at Everton. Obviously, Ten Hag fancied him playing in the FA Cup last year. Looks like he's been there for years.
Yeah.
No, he's not like a young kid trying to impress, hitting 60-yard balls. And his goal summed it up. A little nutmeg on the edge of the area, sent that Kilman for the loaf, and then he just killed it in the bottom corner, you know what I mean? And then it was just scenes in that away end, you know, and hopefully we get him on the right contract. He seems a level-headed enough lad where, you know what I mean, because people are going to start looking, these big clubs around and these contracts are going to start looking, and money does turn heads for anybody.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get him right, and he's a nice kid, and he stays on the ground, because I'll tell you what, Jace, I'll say it here now, that kid will be the England squad for the Euros.
Yeah.
Mark my words, mate. He'll be in that squad. I don't want him to be in the squad. I want him to have his feet up on a beach.
Yeah.
Middle of Stockport, next to the pyramid, load of sand there, you know what I mean? But he's automatically that he's getting the plaudits, and rightly so, at United. And he's going to be looking. Southgate will look at him, but there again we pray that he picks Gordon Henderson and he gives him just someone off, because tell me a better kid at the moment in the Premiership in that position, because I can't think of any.
No, I don't think there is any. Honestly, as a young player, as young as he's played, he's got, for me, I mean, I don't want him to, if I'm being honest, because United players for England get pelters. Yeah. Whether it's Beckham, whether it's Phil Neville, whether it's Rooney, whether it's Sancho and Marcus, United players just always get the blame. They get hammered if something goes wrong.
I remember in the 90s, Jay, being at Wembley.
Stand up if you ain't Man U and all that nonsense.
At that point, I think United had about at least 6 players, maybe 7 on the pitch. And I'm thinking, it's not for me, this. Now, don't get me wrong, if England are in a match and I'm not washing next door's car, that I will watch them open and win, but I'm not going to get frustrated. You know, they've won 1 trophy in their history. Says it all to me, you know. So, like you said, if he gets picked for England, he'll try and dig into his private life and try and pull pelters out and have a go at him. So hopefully he doesn't get picked. But you know what happens, Jay? Because he's at a club like United, they are going to be looking at him, and Southgate will pick him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. It's a weird one with Kobby Mayu, because I look at it and I go, he deserves to be in the England team. He's good enough for me to walk into that team the way he's playing at the minute, and it'll help him in terms of that experience. But then there's another flip side to it. Go the attention, the criticism, or the rival fans who just any excuse to have a go at him. Could it be a little bit more than he needs at the minute? Should we just take it sort of a bit more slower? Let us know what you think in the chat and the comments.
Though, Jay, I think if they do try and get him in the squad, there'll be someone, you know, has a word with England. Listen, just let's calm it down a bit, you know what I mean? But is a great talent, Jake, you know, and hopefully it'll bear fruit for Manchester United Football Club for years and years to come. We need to look after him, because these players only come round now and again. Yeah. They don't come every 1 or 2 years. They're probably every 10, 15 years. Yeah. And when you first saw him against Everton last year in the FA Cup, he didn't look out of place.
No, he didn't.
And he's a year older now, he's a year stronger, a year bigger. But last night, you know, because they're a physical team at Wolves, he was having none of it. No. You know what I mean? That big number 5, he was a right big unit. I think he's a door with me, him, years back. Big enough.
Exactly. And he
won't hold any prisoners.
No.
There you go.
Abdullah Ibrahim, who's been a member of the first team for 20 months, says 1. VAR again. It didn't cost us, thankfully, but a BS decision like that gave Wolves a way back in the game. What did you make of the penalty?
Seen it this morning. Well,
They're soft, but the thing is nowadays, if you use the contact, you get a penalty. That's the way it is, unless you're Liverpool, who seems to just get away with it once.
I just think the VARs and some of the referees we've got now, you know, I look at you. I remember years ago as a kid going at match, used to take a pen with you and obviously write the substitute down or any changes. That was your thing, sat on the fence at the Stretford, Paddock or United Road, and then writing the referee's name in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's George Carney from Spennymoor, dude. You know what I mean? But now they want to be as big as, if not bigger than the players, and I put that down to Clattenburg.
Yeah.
I watched that plant pot the other day by mistake on that.
What's he doing?
He's refereeing.
Oh, like Gladiators.
What a clown!
But he was always like that, though.
And
He's got like tattoos of like the European Cup final, the Champions League final where he refereed, and the Europa League final. The guy's a proper.
That's his limit. Gladiators.
Muppet.
Stay with Gladiators.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's not. How old is he, Clattenburg? Couldn't he still be refereed?
Yeah, didn't he? He went to Saudi, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stay
with the Gladiators.
Abdullah Ibrahim says sometimes they look at things with surgical accuracy and other times they just confirm a rubbish on-field decision. Seriously, what is the point? Fergal McClement says, did Webby see the incident that led to Steve's eye? Don't know what you mean. FG, member of the first team for 6 months, says, as a United fan that grew up in the same town as Conor Bradley, it felt very weird cheering for a Liverpool goal, but we're buzzing for him. Oh, right, okay. Sorry. So this is FG. He's been a member of the first team for 6 months. I think he's sticking up for the lad, saying that the lad Conor Bradley grew up near him. But I don't care if I don't
Who's
care.
That?
There's a lad who plays for Liverpool. It's a youngster who's come through.
Good? Oh, that fullback.
Yeah, is he any good, Ollie?
He looks half right.
Yeah, apparently he's quality. But I don't care if he grew up in my house. I wouldn't be cheering for him.
No.
You know what I mean? If I was Conor Bradley's dad and he scored a goal for Liverpool,
Where's he brought up, Jay?
I don't know. Where's he from, Conor Bradley? In fact, let's have a look here. Yeah, let's have a look. He's always Northern Irish, it says here.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yes. Castle Derg. He was born, which is a.
Is that north or?
I think it's not. It's a very small little town. It's in
it?
County Tyrone, Northern Ireland.
Oh, right, fair
So maybe there's it's only a small town. The plays that he's doing well, and if he keeps his head down, he'll get a move to a big club.
Fingers crossed.
Just me says, hi lads. Oh yeah. Well, we're not gonna. Yeah, seen that. Well, the Greenwood Bellingham incident. I think they're looking into now. We don't need to get into all that.
No.
I think enough's been said about everything that's going on there, but it just shows that this is what's going to happen now. I think it's going to keep going. What's this? Oh, someone's saying Clattenburg went to the Egypt League. I think you said he went to Saudi, didn't he?
Oh, it's one of them.
Callum Smith says, Webby looking dapper as usual. I want to ask you quickly before we wrap up as well. We've got a little while yet. About Rasmus Hojlund. He's been scoring goals lately. I think, is it 3 in his last 3 Premier League games? Or 3 in his last 3 games, I think it is.
Yeah.
What have you made of this kid? Because he went through it, didn't he?
Yeah, because Jay, you're not getting a service.
No.
Simple as. And I hate to say, you put him in the City's team, he's probably got 15 goals this season already because he's a decent team won't give you service. He'll only come good, you know what I mean? He's come from a league which is not as good as a Premiership, in my eyes. But without the service, Jay, he should have scored a couple more last night. But the chasing down of the goalkeeper, getting in there for the deflection for his own goal, you've got to be there and thereabouts. I think he'll only get better with time. I would have liked to see him someone just to take that bit of, just so he could come out for a couple of games. But obviously, I know we can play Marcus down the middle. With Antony Martial being injured again, it doesn't help. But fair play to him, when he's only going to get better, hopefully. But I've been impressed with his work rate. A few times there, he's held the ball up well when we've been in a bit of trouble, just to like what Hughes used to do for us when we was under the cosh. Now and again at games, that usually he'd hold the ball up a few times to just relieve that pressure from our defence and midfield. Yeah. But I'm happy with him, mate. And I would have liked him to score more goals, but like I said, no service, no goals. But he's done well recently.
If you look at his last 3 Premier League games, and obviously scored in the FA Cup as well, but he's got 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 3 Premier League games, which is a pretty good return. Yeah. And I think, his record now, that's all he's, done in the Premier League, but it shows that he's moving in the right direction because he went, 15 games in the Premier League, whatever it was, without a goal or an assist. So he's kept his head down, he's kept going. Yeah. And I think that with him, Garnacho, Marcus, as a front three. I think it works, you know, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Someone else is saying Aguian is the border near Donegal. FG says Aguian and County Tyrone. Yeah, that's where your man Conor Bradley is. Just before we wrap up, I've got a little link that we're putting there. I'm doing a Keep You Uppy challenge for Cancer Research UK, where I'm doing Keep You Uppies every day, trying to raise a bit of dough. There's a link in the chat. If you can donate anything, just a $5 or whatever, much appreciated. Also, Webby's got his evening on with Ryan Giggs on the
Friday the 8th of March at Hotel Football. It's going to be a great night, you know. And I've just found out the other day that the boxing's on as well, so we'll be showing the boxing. I think it's Joshua is fighting. So it'll be a good night, and then we'll have a comedian on. Be a great night. Just click on the link, go on my Twitter, which is United_Webby, or go on the link below after the video, and book your tickets and come and have a great night with us all at Hotel Football.
A link in there as well. Put that in there. So go and check it out. You enjoy your evening with Patrice Everett tonight as well.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's all right for some minute, chilling with one of the greatest left backs the world's ever seen. He's a good lad, isn't he? Who would you have Irwin.
Irwin all day long.
I think Irwin.
Dennis Irwin was absolute colossal. Was mint.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
never had a bad game.
8 out of 10 every week. 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was devastated when we never kept him, and he played for Wolves and had Ronaldo in his pocket at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Dennis Irwin was absolutely mint. 650. People going about obviously Cantona and Schmeichel were great buys, but Dennis Irwin was one of Ferguson's greatest buys. 650,000 from Oldham.
Great sign. One of the best signings ever. It'd be worth what? 60, 70 million?
I'd go 90.
90. Whatever you could pay, the top whack you could pay for a fullback, that is what you'd pay for Dennis Irwin. Massively underrated. I think because he's from the early Premier League era, a lot of people don't know about how good he was. And he's
left back, right. You'd put Dennis Irwin in net and he'd be 8 or 9 out of 10.
He was right-footed and he played at left back.
With ease.
Yeah, it's like Maldini. Evan Solsa did donate £25, by the way. Thank you for that. I'll leave it there. Big thank you as well to Surfsharp, sponsoring the podcast. Go and check out Webby on his channel. Go and check out his events. Make sure you're following him on your socials as well. That's been Webby. I'm Jay Moy. This has been The Brew without Stephen Alson today, but we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.